Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you how I make bread. I've been making bread for the past few days and my extended family, they love it so much. My nieces asked me for the recipe, so I told them I'll make a video. So the ingredients that I use for my bread is all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of active dry yeast, and 7 tablespoons of sugar. The sugar is optional. Some batches I make without sugar, and then it tastes just like French bread. But some I make with a little sugar to give it a little sweetness. The sugar is optional. So in this big pot, I measured 4 cups of warm water, 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of my yeast, and 7 tablespoons of cane sugar in the warm water. And I'm just stirring it. Next, I'm going to add 8 cups of all-purpose flour to this mixture, and I'm going to mix it until I form a dough. After I added the 8 cups of flour into that mixture, I turned it and mixed it, and I came up with this dough. And this dough, I'm just gonna cover the pot and leave it for at least 2 hours, sometimes more, but 2 hours will do it. And then this dough right here is gonna double in size. It's fun to see how it rises. I'll show you. And then after it rises, then I bake it, and then it rises even more in the oven. You can make it into little rolls, or you can make one big dough, any shape you want. But this is what you cover and let it rise. It's been about 2 hours and the dough has doubled in size. It has doubled in size. It's amazing. Now, this dough is what I'm going to put in two tins, baking tins. Sometimes when I make bread, I make them into rolls. I form this dough into little balls. But today I'm going to make a big loaf of bread. That's just my preference. This dough, you can make about a dozen or 15 little rolls. This is my first baking tin. It's round. I'm going to spray it with cooking spray. And this is my second one. It's square. I'm also gonna spray it with cooking spray. And then I'm just gonna scoop the dough in these 2 things. And again, this is just my preference. You could make little balls and make lots of little bread rolls. These are my 2 bread dough ready to go in the oven. This one right here is the round one, and this right here is the square one. Notice that I lined my baking dish with parchment paper. This is so that the bread will not stick on the baking dish. Look, I lined my baking dish with parchment paper, and then before I put the dough inside them, I sprayed with cooking spray. I have preheated my oven to 425 degrees, and I have put a container of water on the lower rack. This is so that the steam will help the bread rise, because even though the dough rose, while it's baking, it's going to rise again, so that when the bread is ready, it will be much bigger than the dough. So stay tuned. This is the round one before I cut it, and this is the square one before I cut it. I have cut a piece of the round one and I tasted it. It tastes really good. It's slightly sweet and very chewy. And this is the square one. I cut a piece, very chewy, crunchy on the outside, chewy on the inside. And there you have it, friends. This is how I make bread. If you like this video, please like my video and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.